Good morning. This is Laurie from Broke Okie Homestead, and I've been in the sewing room quite a bit here lately. I do enjoy sewing, and one of the old videos that I like to watch on the Vintage channel because I really like the vintage dresses, and so I picked up this one because I couldn't find the vintage one, and then I heard really bad reviews on how they did the reproduction. So I'm going to try to alter that pattern, which sometimes is not a good thing. Anyway, I got to fix the pattern because it only goes up to a bust size 44 and a little bit bigger than that. So I've got to figure out how to adjust this. It's supposed to only be 3 pieces. And this was called the walk-away dress because you were supposed to be able to start it after breakfast and walk away to a dinner luncheon wearing it. Well, you know that's not going to work for me because I got to make my own bias tape because I don't think I like that look. And polyester bias tape is always so stiff. I'll show you what material I'm going to use. I thought this would be really pretty. I have a nice little flow to it. I think that'd be pretty. So stay with me and I'm going to try to do the pattern. Wish me luck. So here we have the Batik pattern. And clearly on the back it says very easy. And up here is the sizes, and the largest is a 22 with the bust of a 44. That's what I got to figure out. So here we go. Unfold, cut out, and iron the pieces. Well, I got the pattern on Betty Lou here, and it's not too bad. I'm not sure about this skirt. I know it's supposed to be gathered, but I don't know if we're going to try it. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, why don't I just make a circle skirt and put on it? I don't know. We'll see if I actually do that or if I use their pattern they gave me. Anyway, the top is not too bad. I do think I'm going to have to add about 2 inches to the pattern because I don't think it will, let me turn it around, fit the arms right. It's hitting about here. So I'm probably going to add 2 inches to that bust. Still debating on whether I want to cut down those sleeves. In the pattern they are that, I don't know if they call that a cap. Let me check that. I don't know if they call that a cap sleeve or what. Not sure if that'd drive me crazy or not. What do y'all think? Anyway, that's why it's sticking over here. So I'm trying to tell myself it'll be fine. Anyway, so I think I'm going to add 2 inches to that. And then they have this wraparound piece here. It's supposed to go from the center back. Clearly is not going to be big enough for me. And I don't want it to be very tight. So I might add 3 inches to that. I may need to do a mock-up first before I use my pretty fabric. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so I got my tissue paper out. I'm going to tape it together and lay my pattern on top of it to make a copy. Don't need to be ruining my original copy, especially if this isn't right and I have to redo it again. I'm not saying I had to do that before, but maybe I did. And this is definitely not how a real seamstress would copy a pattern, but I'm in a hurry and I'm just going to reach underneath there and make my markings for the darts because I just don't have time to do it the right way. It works. And then I see I didn't have enough material over there for that little flap, so I'm going to have to tape another piece of tissue paper on that end over there so I can continue. Got that done, and it moved on me. Oh well, it's good. So I'll get my ruler out and connect the dots for the darts so it makes it easier to sew along those little lines than just trying to guess. Not that I don't guess sometimes, but for this one I'm going to try to do it right. Yeah, I forgot a couple of dots, so I had to go back and make those. Whoops. And here is the old bed sheet that I believe I got at the Mennonite auction. I like these kind of things because they are cheap and it doesn't matter if they get ruined. So this is what I'm going to be making my mock-up top to see if it works. Now I'm going to cut that bad boy out without using hardly any pins, and I'm just kind of not doing it very good, but I'm getting close. Once again, not how I'm going to do my actual material that I'm using. It doesn't matter if it's a little rough on the edges. So I'm reaching underneath there and once again marking the dots for my darts. And you will see here in a minute that I have to figure out, yep, I didn't put the dots on the other side, so I just stick those pins through and then flip it over and make a little mark where those pins stick through, and there's my dots. Now that I've got it all cut out, it's time to sew those darts together. And I usually put a pin in the top and the bottom and then line the dots up and sew down my line. Once again, these are not perfect. And no, I'm not tying the ends like you're supposed to because, once again, it's just a mock-up. I'm just going to hurry and get all these darts done so I can see if adding 2 inches will help the bust line. Don't mind the mess over there on the side of my fabric. I need to tidy that up a bit, as well as most of my sewing room, because it has become a mess. Well, I wish it was that fast in real life. I could get a lot done. Couple more to go. And I noticed that I did not draw the lines on this one, so I'm just guessing where my line to sew is. It'll be fine. This is not fitting right. So I took the 2 inches that I added back out, and it's still like, what? I mean, it's not supposed to hang off their shoulders. And I tried to add an inch on this side of the shoulder, and I took an inch off that side, and it's just not right. But I did the back part and it turned out all right. I did the darts in it, and it still has a lot of room because I don't want it to be super tight. So I like that part, but this, the only thing I can think of is to, I don't know, maybe adjust the front a little better. That'd bring your shoulders up. I don't know why they want I mean, do they think just because your bust is bigger, your shoulders are like 8 feet wide? Well, they're not. So, got to figure out how to make the shoulders be on the shoulders without all this in the front. Maybe I'll twist it up and put a hair tie on it. Oh well, I'll go think about it. If y'all got any ideas, hit me up. Well, I think I figured it out. I went ahead and took the 2 inches that I had put in and took that back out. So I just sewed that together and now it lays a lot better. I am going to go ahead and leave the changing of the arm, or I guess the shoulder pieces. I took 1 inch off the outside and put 1 inch more on the inside. So I like that better. I think that fits good. The darts all look good. And the back was not fitting right. So it was kind of, it didn't fit through here. But it was too tight down here if I tried to make that fit. Let me back up so you can see. So I made it where it would fit, but that doesn't look good. So on the pattern, you put this, normally you put this on the fold. So I'm just going to skew that from the fold, put this directly on the fold, and then put this one about 3 inches away from the fold. Because I think that would be the same thing. Because I like the darts. I think if you take the darts out, then it's going to look funny through here. So I think I got that figured out. The only thing I didn't mock up would be that skirt. And I'm still not sure about that skirt, but I don't know if I'll go ahead and do a mock-up on it. Let me find it here. I mean, it is almost like a wraparound skirt if you fold it in half. I'm sorry, the camera, I don't have my stand. I can't remember what I did with it. So it's almost like a half circle skirt. That one is. But the other one is not. I don't know. But so I think I'm ready to go ahead and use my good material here and see if I can make that dress. This is what I'm going for. Except I'm going to make my own bias tape out of the same material because I don't want it to be red trim like that. So it's getting kind of late for me to do stuff today, so I'll probably make the bias tape tomorrow, and then I will try to make this dress after breakfast and have it ready to go to a luncheon at noon. Join me.